Councillor Brooks, yeah.
Thank you, Convener. I just raised this as a reminder that when we brought the urgent notice of motion from myself and yourself, Convener, it was reported by the Care Inspectorate that their findings were that there was a failure to protect the toddler from risk of harm. In the recommendations, you have continued to monitor compliance, which I would welcome and affirm with my colleagues. But 3.2 says a thorough investigation has taken place to understand how this incident was able to occur. And given what the Care Inspectorate have said, the report does not tell us how this occurred. It shows us the mitigation that we're going to put in place, but doesn't actually show the root cause of how this occurred. Is that something that's part of a bigger report, or is this just a summary of that bigger report? Where is that reporting?
Ms Simpson, yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Brooks. Through you, Convener. I guess we have to be very conscious that there is an individual as part of this, and sharing detail about the individual and the implications for staff is something we have to consider. The situation at that time was that the security within the setting itself was not deemed appropriate, and that the child managed to leave the play area and out the main doors without an alarm going off. At that stage, obviously that has been identified, it has been addressed, and we are now confident that that is a secure area and that the children cannot leave the play area, and if they were to, an alarm is linked to the door also.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, thank you for that. The Appendix A, which is on page 149, uses the word, this document sets out our desired standards for security within nursery settings. And my question is really, desired standards is a goal-setting term in legality. If a nursery does not meet the desired standard, is there a case where we would come back and say it simply is not fit for purpose? Is that what we are saying? Because I'm struggling with the desired standard. I understand we have the estate has various aging assets, but to have a desired standard, does that mean we have a different standard for every single ELC?
Yeah, Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Convener. Perhaps I can explain. The word desired, I suppose, relates to the fact that the standard we're putting in place is well over and above what's required of us in terms of building standards, health and safety requirements, etc. So it's something we would like to get to for every setting in the city. We also need to bear in mind that we've got a very diverse estate, and as has been mentioned, I think earlier in the meeting, we've got some nurseries that you know, the layout, physical location of the nursery within the school can limit the extent we can do certain works. So there may be some aspects of this security standard it may just not be possible to be put in place, but that, however, doesn't mean that the nursery is not fit for purpose. It just means it doesn't quite meet that very high standard that we would like to get to for the estate as a whole. I hope that helps.
Okay. I guess I'm just looking for assurance that if we have a desired standard that cannot be met, that we would not put children at risk, and we would remove that centre from being an early learning centre if it was so necessary.
Through you, Convener, I think yes, I can give that assurance that if that was the case, that we felt that children weren't safe within the setting, that certainly would be the case. But I think this is going above and beyond that standard.
Okay, thank you. And finally, I just want to align myself with the continued monitoring of security in whatever form that takes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Councillor Grant.
Sorry, thanks to Councillor Brooks for asking that question, because it did sort of jar with me a little bit as well. And I, just for my own sakes, maybe everyone else is there ahead of me, but just to confirm, if an early learning facility didn't meet the mandatory standard, then there would be a different process to go through. But the reference to desired standards is perhaps, because Mr. Jones has said it's over and above, so it's desirable that those standards are improved, but they exceed mandatory, that the facility is safe and fine to operate.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for just a bit more clarity on
I think
that.
that's right. Mr. Jones?
Thank you, Convener. Yes, that would be the case, that there's a separate process that we'd be looking at for the mandatory statutory standards, yes.
Okay.